what's up? It's your boy Dizzy. I'm taking a quick break from the college football tour to talk a little bit of NFL because the NFL season is just about. Hey Siri, when's the first NFL game?
The Chargers battled the Lions in the Hall of Fame game on July 31st, 2025 at 5 p.m.
Okay, well,
Still on it.
not you, nigga. So the NFL season is right around the corner, so I wanted to hop on and make this video. And I know it's jumping out at you, man. You see a little background behind me. You see the garage door. You see the poles holding up a backdrop. You think I'm an amateur still. Relax, all right? Relax. The setup is just now being made, man. Everything's going to be completely finished. I'm still buying stuff, putting stuff together. Everything's going to be completely finished by the time I shoot my first video of my podcast, Halftime with Dizzy, in the middle of August, man. But like I said, I wanted to hop on here and have a little bit of fun. I wanted to tell you 10 moves that I want to see happen before the NFL season start. I put emphasis on the I because everybody gonna act like, oh, you dumb motherfucker, why you saying this? Or that will never happen. It's just some stuff that I want to see happen, man. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. All right. If you got one that you disagree, go ahead and leave a comment, man. But I will say this. I see a lot of lists posted online, whether it's ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS Sports, whoever. And it's just, it don't make sense. Like, it's stuff that they just pull out their ass, it seems like. It's like, oh, blockbuster trades that could happen. Here's how Patrick Mahomes is going to go to the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, it's stuff that's never going to happen. This, at least with this, I put some thought into it, all right? I put some logical reasons behind it. I put why I think it should work, why I think it should fit. A lot of these moves are free agency signings. I got a couple trades at the end that I'm sure you're going to want to listen in on. So let's get started. Starting with number 10, all right? Real ones going to respect this. All my coworkers at Fox, if you watching, they going to like this. They going to respect this, all right? I want the Indianapolis Colts to sign a quarterback, all right? He goes by the name of Jordan Teamu, UFL Championship MVP. Stay with me, all right? The Colts, I mean, Anthony Richardson, he's hurt every other day. So right now they only got Daniel Jones. Why not give him a shot, all right? I covered the UFL Championship game last weekend, and Jordan Teamu, who he balled, 388 passing yards. I think he had 5 total touchdowns in front of 300 fans. No, but for real. The Colts, if they give this brother a chance, they can compete for a Super Bowl. Fuck no. But they can compete with the Browns and the Giants for strangest, most odd, funniest quarterback room in the league if they had Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones, and the UFL Championship MVP. I mean, that sounds like a great storyline if you ask me. All right. So I want to see my boy get a shot in the league, and I think the Colts would be the right team to do it. Why not? Let's get more serious. All right. Number 9, I got Stephon Gilmore getting signed by the Arizona Cardinals. This is high up on the list because I know Stephon Gilmore, he's a little older, a little long in the tooth. All right. Arizona Cardinals ain't going to the damn NFC Championship game by making this signing. This is more to see the development of Will Johnson, who the Arizona Cardinals drafted. I think a lot of people forget. Will Johnson was a guy that was once the best corner in all of college football, the best corner in the nation, and he slides as far as he slid. It might be a big steal for the Cardinals. But if you get Stephon Gilmore in there to help out your secondary, because your secondary was awful last year, I mean, them boys can't cover the floor even if you gave them a rug, all right? Not only can Stephon Gilmore help in the secondary and be a solid pickup for the year, but he can also mentor Will Johnson and give him some tips and technique, not only on the field, but how to navigate through injuries, which was a big reason why Will Johnson slid as far as he did. I look at it similar to having Patrick Peterson and Byron Murphy Jr. there at the same time, a vet with a young dude. Hopefully, you know, you're still getting some good play out of the vet, but at the same time, it's helping you develop that young gun that you just brought in. That's how I see it. So I think it will be a good fit. Moving on to number 8, where my Cowboy fans at, man? Ryan, Uncle Jay, Alex, where y'all at, man? Where y'all at? I actually got some encouraging words for y'all in this video, all right? I'm not getting on y'all. Listen, man, number 8, I want to see the Dallas Cowboys sign a running back, free agent, man. Gus Edwards. I think he would be a good fit for the Dallas Cowboys because the Dallas Cowboys desire to have this identity of a smash mouth offense, smash mouth football team, but they don't have the personnel for that. Javonte Williams is a guy that they just signed. He was recently with the Denver Broncos. He had one of the best O-lines in football last year and couldn't reach 1,000 yards. The way the Cowboys are going to have to do this is by committee. You're not running the ball with Dak Prescott. You don't have Lamar. You don't have Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, guys that you design run plays for, okay? And you also don't have a Derrick Henry, a Saquon, or really that's it. If you don't have one of those, you're not getting 1,800 yards out of one guy running the football, okay? So what do you have to do? You have to get multiple guys in there. Look at how the Lions do it with Montgomery and Gibbs. Look at how the Seahawks do it with Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, okay? And there's other examples as well. Gus Edwards, again, he's not about to be no 1,500-yard rusher, but when you pair him with Javonte, who is going to have 800 to 1,000 yards in a year, Gus Edwards is going to have 800 to 1,000 yards in a year, you can create that identity by committee, okay? And when you look at the last time Gus Edwards played a full season, he split reps with Lamar Jackson, who is going to get 150 carries a year. And Gus Edwards still had close to 1,000 yards. So if you're splitting reps with Javonte and with Gus Edwards, I think you can create that identity. But the biggest reason why I want to see the Cowboys sign a running back and be good at running the football is to make the George Pickens trade worth it. What do I mean by that? If all you can do is throw the ball with CD and George, defenses are going to go out there and just flood the field with DBs and lock that up. And now you have to run the ball, but you can't because you don't have the personnel. The best teams in the NFL are the teams that can just do it all. God, it's hot as hell in here. The teams that can just do it all, okay? Look at the Eagles, look at the Lions, look at the Niners in previous years, look at the Chiefs in previous years, look at that Tom Brady Bucks team back in 2020. It was teams that on 3rd and 5, you don't know whether to send out the nickel package because they're going to throw the ball or stay in a 3-4 because they can run for 5 yards easy. If you want to be a team like that, you have to be able to run the football. You can't just rely on Dak to throw the ball all over the yard to CD and to George Pickens. You got to be able to get defenses, keep defenses guessing, all right? You want them to go out there and stack the box thinking you're going to run the ball, so then you have one-on-one matchups with Pickens and CD, or they're going to say, oh, we have to double cover CD. Now you got Pickens one-on-one. If they can't run the ball and teams are just going to flood the field with DBs against the Cowboys, then there was no point in trading for George Pickens. So that's really why I want to see a move like this happen. And I forgot to say this while I was recording, but Cowboy fans, don't take my kindness as a weakness. As soon as y'all start losing, I'm on your ass. Moving on to number 7, I want to see the Green Bay Packers pick up Asante Samuel Jr. They keep letting DBs leave. Jair Alexander's with the Baltimore Ravens. Eric Stokes went to the Las Vegas Raiders. You don't have nobody in the secondary. And Green Bay has a great front 7 between their linebackers and their D-line. They have a good front 7. So it would be a shame if you have a good front 7, you got good pass rush, you got good linebackers, all that, but your DBs are letting up touchdowns and giving away touchdowns like Forever 21's giving away close. So I think if you bring in Asante Samuel Jr., no, he's not going to be Charles Woodson, but he's going to be better than what you got. And the reason why this is at 7 and not higher is because of his injury history. That's why I think he's still a free agent. I've heard that, the Eagles were interested, the Dolphins were interested, but I think that injury history and the way that he's injury prone, it's keeping teams from pulling the trigger. But I think with Green Bay, I mean, what else you got? You don't really have any other options. You might as well go up and try to bring him in for a cheap deal if you can. Number 6, I got Von Miller coming back to the LA Rams. He's a little long in the tooth, but according to him, he's got a lot left in the tank. And I think when you pair that Hall of Fame experience, that Super Bowl experience with a young star like Jared Verse and with Fisk on the inside, paired up with that offense that they got in LA, I think that's a scary sight for the NFC. I think that would be a big pickup if Sean McVay and the LA Rams go get one of the better veteran pass rushers in the NFL. Moving on into the top 5, man, I got the New England Patriots adding a veteran guard in Shaq Mason to the O-line, man. Their O-line last year, God awful, just horrible. Couldn't block D linemen, can't block the sun out their eyes, can't block they X off Instagram, man. And that's not good when you just use a top 5 pick to take a quarterback a couple years ago in Drake May. I know you're trying to fix that with Will Campbell. You just took him in this year's draft, a top 5 pick, but you're gonna need more. You're gonna need some veteran leadership. Shaq Mason is an all-pro. He's a Super Bowl champion. He was a dog with New England a few years back. I think if you add him to your young core and you have him protecting Drake May, you might be able to make some noise in the AFC. Number 4, I got the 49ers going out and getting Eric Kendricks. Where my UCLA fans at, man? The 49ers have obviously been known for their explosive offense in previous years, but they hang their hat on defense, and it starts with Fred Warner in the middle. They've also been kind of known for those linebacker duos. When you think about Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman in the 2010s, you had Warner and Greenlaw in recent years. Greenlaw's gone. Campbell's gone. You don't really have a running mate with Fred Warner going into the season. I think Eric Kendricks, who still consistently racks up 100 tackles a year, would be perfect to run side by side with Fred Warner. I think it's a move they should make. Moving on to the top 3, man. I got Keenan Allen reuniting with Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, this ain't to be no 1,500-yard wide receiver 1 for the LA Chargers. No, obviously, Harbaugh is making it a priority to run the ball. They picked up Najee Harris in the offseason. They drafted Amarion Hampton. They're going to want to run the damn ball.
Enough with the trick plays, Bert. Run the dang ball.
I really want to see this move happen more so that Keenan Allen can be a mentor to the young receivers that they have in LA, specifically Trey Harris out of Ole Miss. I think they have similar body types. They run routes similar. And I just think that Keenan could accelerate that development process when it comes to getting Trey Harris and Ladd McConkey to that elite level. And on top of it, if you're getting close to 1,000 yards from a wide receiver 3, a veteran, that's pretty damn good. I think that could be a move that helps get the Chargers over the hump. Moving on to number 2, man, but I'm sticking with the Chargers. If you're a Chargers fan, hit the like now. I know you're gonna like what I'm about to say, so you might as well hit the like. If you liked what I said at number 3, you're gonna for sure like what I'm gonna say at number 2, and that's the bottom line.
And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
I want to see the LA Chargers trade for Jalen Ramsey. Bring him back to LA, man. More specifically, pair him back up with Derwin James. Throw it back to them FSU days, man. Not only would it be so fun to watch them on the field together again, but it actually works. It actually fits because the Chargers DBs, they ain't got much. So I think if you bring in a guy who can still play really good football and Jalen Ramsey in that secondary, I think it makes that defense a lot better. And again, I think it helps them make some noise in the AFC. Now, this one's different because all the other moves that I mentioned, they're free agency signings. This is a trade. And so you got to talk about how it would get done. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I'm still trying to learn the whole cap space situation. All right. So how it would work with his contract and stuff like that. You may have to add players to the trade, but I'm just talking specifically the trade and looking at the trade a few years ago that sent Ramsey from the Rams to the Dolphins. The Dolphins only gave up a 3rd-round pick and a tight end who has the same amount of NFL touchdowns as me. So I think it would only take a couple of late-round picks to get Ramsey from the Dolphins to the Chargers. Chargers, Harbaugh, make it happen. Here we go. We made it to number 1. You saw his picture in the thumbnail. I know that's why you clicked on. I need y'all to bear with me on this one, all right? I need y'all to stay with me, all right? Don't just hear what I have to say and let it go in one ear and out the other like when your girlfriend goes on a rant, all right? I know that all too well. I love you, baby, all right? Let me start by saying this. I only want to see this trade happen if Terry McLaurin and the Commanders come to the negotiation table and it just falls apart. And that there's just no way that there's gonna be a deal done, and so the Commanders have to move him. That's the only way I want to see. If they can make a deal happen, that's what I would want to see first, because I like Terry McLaurin. I like him and Jaden Daniels together. I want to see Jaden McDaniels. Not McDaniels. I want to see Jaden Daniels succeed, i.e. boy. I mean, it's up. I mean, the IE boys is on top. We talking about Jaden. We talking about CJ, and there's more to come. So, I want to start by saying that. I also want to start by saying that this can be real. You feel what I'm saying? And if this were to happen, and you still don't like this video and you still don't subscribe, then I don't know what else I could do. All right. This can happen because the team that I want to trade for Terry McLaurin has done this before for another receiver. And it can benefit both sides. That's why I think it could happen. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, here we go. I want to see Terry McLaurin traded to the Buffalo Bills. I'm letting it soak in. Stay with me. All right, stay with me. It can benefit both sides. Watch this, all right? Who did the Buffalo Bills trade for a couple years ago? Who'd they get from the Vikings? Stephon Diggs, correct. What did they trade for him, if you remember? A first-round pick, correct. Who did that first-round pick end up being for the Minnesota Vikings? Justin Jefferson, correct. So it benefited the Bills and the Vikings, right? Okay. Now, Terry McLaurin is older now than Stephon Diggs was when the Bills traded for him back in, I think it was 2020. But I believe that Terry McLaurin is better now than Stephon Diggs maybe has ever been, okay? But he's older, okay? Terry McLaurin's older. So you're not going to give up, if you're the Bills, you're probably not going to give up a 2026 first-round draft pick for Terry McLaurin, okay? But if I'm the Commanders, I'm going to try to get a 2027 first-round draft pick. One last question for you. Who's going to be in the 2027 draft? Let me cook. If you didn't say it to yourself already, I'll say it for you. Jeremiah Smith is going to be in the. Can you imagine the Commanders trading away Terry McLaurin? Oh my God, what they gonna do now? And in 2 years drafting Jeremiah Smith to pair with Jaden McDaniels. Tell me that doesn't work. Tell me that doesn't work. Tell me that doesn't benefit both sides. The Bills don't have no wide receiver one. I understand Keon Coleman. Everyone's saying he's looking good. Everyone's saying he's looking like an improvement. He's going to have a breakout year. And I'm not saying I don't believe it. But I'm talking what I've already seen versus what we're expecting to see. It's two different things. It is what we've already seen in Terry McLaurin versus what we think we're going to see in Keon Coleman. We already know what we got out of Terry McLaurin. Go get him if you're the Buffalo Bills. And if you're the Commanders, get a first-round pick from the Bills. You can couple that pick with your already first-round pick in 2027, trade up, and now you have Jeremiah Smith. Worst case scenario, you have Ryan Williams to pair with Jaden Daniels. Tell me that doesn't work. Tell me that doesn't work. It works. I know it does. Okay. So again, that's again, if Terry McLaurin can't get a deal done with the Commanders, I think I just laid out the blueprint for the Commanders to trade him away and still become. Now I know that would mean this season and next season, it would be rough in terms of wide receiver wise, but I think it would be worth it in the long run, especially when you consider you're gonna have to pay Jaden Daniels in a couple years. So what is hard to do when you make your quarterback because he's probably going to become the highest paid quarterback in the league in a couple years. What does that make it difficult to do? It makes it difficult to go out and get a good wide receiver. Not if you draft one. They can draft Jeremiah Smith if they make this trade. Make this trade happen if you can't get a deal done, man. If you're still watching, thank you so much. Don't click off yet, man. But thank you for watching all the way through. Again, these are my 10 moves that I would want to see happen. I don't think they're crazy moves I just put out my ass, but if they are, let me know in the comments, all right? And if you like this video, if you like that we just vibe and we laugh and we telling jokes and really just talking football, man, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, man. This is just a sneak peek of my podcast that will be happening every Wednesday at noon once the football season starts. Halftime with Dizzy, man. You're not gonna want to miss it. I got some things. I got some things in the works. I got some things planned for the season that I think together, if we work together, man, we can get this platform growing, and we can do some great things, man. So again, thank you all for watching. I'm gonna be right back with the college football tour in a couple weeks, so just stay tuned. I'm gonna have another video for you real soon.